you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight, the final dress rehearsal, week 3 of the preseason. And we got a good matchup on tap, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Now the third team in the last 3 years. You remember Denver to Pittsburgh and now here in New York. He showed flashes of the vintage rush throughout the year in 2024 with the Steelers. Now he's looking to sustain those flashes for his new team in the Big Apple.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
First down Giants on a pickup of 14.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down.
At the 38-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Patriots take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And the talented young man took over as a full-time starter week 6 of last season, showed a ton of promise as a rookie, despite having minimal help around him. His talent and potential, vast. I expect him to have a huge second year in the NFL.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
Yeah, that's a pretty throw right there. It's man coverage on the left side of the field, and this is some really good footwork by his receiver. Able to create some space at the top of his route, and the ball's delivered right on time.
And they go play action with May. Left side caught by Diggs. He is out of bounds inside the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Well, when you're facing a receiver like this, you always come into a game thinking, we've got to put our best corner on him. We've got to find a way to get him off his routes, limit his touches. But that plan, not working too well in this opening drive. It's already 2 catches for him, and this one, good for a first down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Now a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Stevenson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
And a Patriot first down.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's May. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Stevenson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
To the air, May. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Patriots put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Giants nothing.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to Robinson. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll go again with Tracy. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Jones on the return. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing here is May. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And Diggs has it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's May. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
New England.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Micah McFadden.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the 24 now, here's a second down and 9. Once more, Gibson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
That is caught. And the Patriots are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up first and goal.
Looking to throw. May. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed.
Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Drake May keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Patriots lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14. Giants.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Giants ready to come out now. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. looking to put a drive together. Tracy going to get it on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
That's good for a Giants first down.
When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's Keon White, who worked his way in and made the play.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They give him 4 yards there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Gano's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football.
2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. But he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Amir Smith-Marset deep for New York. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
On the give, it's Tracy. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27th.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Running left is Tracy. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Right back to Tracy. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big game. And a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a first down again.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part
catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying out. Great catch.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's another Giants first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Again, Wilson. And he's got it. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Scatterboo is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now it's Tracy. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants have cut it back within a score.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now out come the Patriots. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A carry here for Trevion Henderson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
They'll throw with May. They set up the screen for Henderson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
They'll hand it to Tracy.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Giants are going to get a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Tracy.
And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Here's Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Milton Williams able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. To throw is Wilson. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Well, how about the coverage we just saw them break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
Now increase here as he's past the 30.
So the Patriots coming out now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
And a Patriot first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
From the gun, it's made. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Looking to throw.
Now to swing out wide here for Henderson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the gun on 3rd down is May.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Now it's Wilson. He gets this one to Johnson. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. Here's Wilson to throw. Buying time to his left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The hitter here, it's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Giants are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Cano now to add the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Now he'll escape to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Pats offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play,
Use the speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's May. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
First down, Patriots.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Patriot first down.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's May. That one on the money to Bourne downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Throwing here is May. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Here's May. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They're going to throw. May. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Two straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal. To the air, May. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
The extra point now for Borregales. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. A little juke. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They go play action with Wilson. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. There's the sneak with Wilson. And he will have a Giants first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. This is caught inside the 15.
Offside. Defense.
They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Gain of 10 yards.
Runs like that, this time on the RPO, is why they call him dangerous.
I love the way you dropped that in there. His decision-making is what makes it all go, because his ability to process so quickly what the defense is doing, make the right read, and then when he takes off and runs, also knows how to protect himself downfield.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. Third and goal. On the ground, here comes Tracy. Oh, he goes up top. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good run there, 8 yards. Gets him much closer to the end zone with fourth and goal looming. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And now their defense came through to the goal line stand, got them the ball back. Let's see what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. Goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Here's a 2nd and 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the shotgun, May with it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They go play action with May. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
And a Patriot first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll throw with May. Completes it to Douglas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They got 29 yards that time.
New England.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Oh, he's ready. Lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looking really, really sharp. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Back to throw again. And that'll be complete to Stevenson. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And New York set to take the field. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Robinson hauling it in outright. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches, hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Skirts by him at the 35. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's May. To the right side and intercepted. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Keon White in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Jamie Gillen down as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Patriots offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back. And then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they paid the guys on defense as well. They were prepared and really executed and caused a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak. That's really well done.
Yeah, absolutely. When we see losses of yardage on a QB sneak, a little surprise, a head-scratcher. Pressure coming, and this looks like a short kick. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Trailing here in the 2nd half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and now it winds up incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's made. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
That one taken in by Neighbors. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Giants, first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Play action. It's Wilson. This one is Slayton over the middle. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. On the run is Tracy.
So they really need to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. They'll go again with Tracy. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Wilson. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
15 yards. That's another New York Giants.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that was prepared for him to try and take off.
the middle. Tracy. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
First down. First and 10.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Play action. Now Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Milton Williams able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Now Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Wilson. But he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
A gain of 7. First down, Patriots.
To the air, May. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Stephon Diggs, 51 yards. And the Patriots use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there?
And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Borregales now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And New York set to take the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. And he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Wilson on the keeper. And he will have a Giants first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, the quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. This time, Wilson will throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson will throw again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Now it's Wilson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and run it here. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Gets around him and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard. Visitors offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll throw with May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run with Gibson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
And a Patriot first down.
Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
The extra point now for Borregales. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here we go. Wilson and the Giants down by 12. Just over a minute, 40 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete. It's Neighbors. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
2nd and 6 coming up. Wilson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Here's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 46-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, Those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.